Okay, so I'm Alison Hundt. I live over by the Children's Museum, so near downtown, a couple miles. And I work at Heron High School, teacher there.
I'm David Pulliam. I live just north of here on 22nd Street, so just a couple blocks north of Harrison Center. I'm a teacher at Heron High School. I teach world history to freshmen. I was born here in Indianapolis, and I was raised a couple blocks away, just south of here, back in the early 90s. And I lived here until I was about 8. So the Old North Side, Fall Creek neighborhood was not what it was today. There seems to be much more of a life in the neighborhoods now. There's people who instead of walking by themselves, they're with their friends, and they're walking, they're laughing. When I was moving in, I actually had someone ask me, "Hey, can I help you move in?" It was like just like a teenager who was like walking on the street. He was walking away from a church, and it's like, oh wow, that's very different from what I remember.
Yeah, I moved in 2006. I was 19 and came down for IUPUI. And when I made that decision, I contacted Joanna Taft through City Gallery, just trying to figure out, I might want to get a house someday. If I'm going to live down here, I'm going to stop paying rent. I don't want to do that anymore. And so she pointed me toward INHP, and I started looking at homes, and my goal was to save for a couple years and start looking and get my feet wet in the housing area, and then finally move in a couple years. And 3 months later, I owned a home.
When I got to the city and I started kind of feeling that vibrancy in that life, I was like, wow, this is really neat. I really like this. Like when you go biking downtown or visit other cities like New York City or Chicago, you can just feel vibrancy in life, and people are moving, they're doing things, and there's so much out there that you can see.
Just everything. The canal is somewhere that I love to go and walk around. You can't find that in too many places. The Tibbs Drive-In Movie Theater, the IMA. I'm always at the IMA grounds, the 100 acres. I don't go inside as much as I should, but I'm always out hiking around there. So there's always something to do, and I find myself just a couple clicks away on the internet to figure out, hey, I'm bored, what should I do tonight? And within seconds, I have a list of 10 things to go do for free. Moving to Indianapolis has turned me into a more outgoing person, I think. It's made me say there are less excuses to stay home and sit on the couch, because there are so many things going on that I want to be a part of. And I feel more culturally aware. I feel more well-rounded as a person, just because I'm willing to get out there and try other things. And there are so many things to try, and I still have this long list of things to try, and it just keeps growing, and it's really fun.